If a stick is a part of a tree, it needs a gardener to graft it to another. You cannot pluck and graft yourself. Originally, I had told a few people that I was going to plan to make a sort of final trip experience documenting a few trips that I had that I thought were worth mentioning. But I've come to realize that maybe is getting off the point. It wasn't necessarily even the trips themselves which were an issue, but rather a type of truth, the truth, different than whatever was presented to me at the time, and in fact is presented to all psychedelic users, especially by the entities. You can find what I'm about to speak about with anybody's experience. When all entities and beings say, you can, Christianity says, he did. It is the finalization of freeing the ego. When you define your liberation not by yourself, but by another, you enter in the ready-made door of perfection. The entities push the self-liberation view that with our works we can do it. We can appeal to God and convince him. Having been of the world and tainted, been partakers and contributors of suffering, even if you now want liberation, you've still tasted. Your foot is in, and to step out just places your other foot on the ground. Please realize the hidden ego message brought to you by them. That is important. Liberation or progression, whatever word you want to call it, by works, it is the constant lie of all religions. The message of all religions, with different traditions and outward appearance, is that of the self, of works. What I'm trying to say is, it's not a view that is presented by any other belief, that of being freed from this world not by yourself, but from the perfection of another promised and given by God, not with works, lest any man should boast. It's a pre-built bridge back to him. You cannot build your own, God's way or the highway. All that being said, I think I've said enough for the main application of framework for you to apply this knowledge of truth to other people's experiences and see what I mean. The entities will never mention a way of liberation without the ego a part of the plan. You can't remove the ego unless you remove yourself from the plan. Organized religion is the distraction for those who have trouble believing but want to believe. Why does the church do this? Why do they do that? And all this denominational confusion. That should be an obvious sign with a little thought as to the enemy being at work. If you invite God into your life, the Holy Spirit will change you. You will stop sinning. But this isn't a systematic organization of do's and don'ts. The Torah was to show that we cannot fit God's expectation, that he is perfect. But throughout it, we see truth, we see forgiveness for those who want it. Jesus is that very perfection of God. It starts at the heart. When you see the truth of the gospel, you will desire change, but not without asking Jesus to come into your life and asking for forgiveness. So I just want to say thank you to those who took the time to watch these videos. Whether or not you took something away or not, I pray that the Holy Spirit brings to you the truth that you need to hear. Some people requested that I make further videos. It's never something I thought about. In fact, the first video I made was fairly impromptu, and I just thought I'd follow up, clarifying a few things. I'm sorry if I've repeated myself too much, but I felt that I needed to get the point boiled down to a very specific message. I do not have the time to make further videos right now, but I do have a few ideas planned. It's not something that I'm promising, but it's something that I am considering. Anyways, I hope you all find grace, peace, and love. God bless.